Hey everybody, what was that? What a way to start. Joe's giving us a good old-fashioned blow. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast, Pocket Change. We've gotten major feedback that we're not number one, but
we're definitely not number one.
We had lots of feedback, man.
We probably could be higher on the chain if somebody quit putting fake thumbnails out there showing me as a rotund fella and you as a skinny little mini fella. I was the biggest hogwash I ever seen it. Not that I'm small.
I think it was it was the picture that I was using because that. Okay, so you don't even want to see what I had to fight to get it to look like that. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, it looks even bigger. First time in my life I've ever been big.
I don't know what it was doing. I kept saying again. The guy in the gray shirt or whatever, blue shirt, whatever you're wearing, reduced him by 32%. And it did it. And I'm like, all right, yeah, 32% really didn't make a big difference. So,
folks, he's lying. He was like, woohoo, I'm smaller than him.
It's not true. It's not true at all.
Oh. He had me with great big old man boobs and everything on there. I look like I need a bra.
It's because that's what the picture looked like.
I'm going to start crouching down here and talking like this. Anyway, folks, we're glad you're with us this evening or this afternoon or this morning or whenever you're listening to us.
You brought this on yourself.
Oh, before
I went to cartoon. Hold on. I'm not making any adjustments. I'm trying the same. Yeah. You ready? I'm going to share.
Yeah, I'm ready. Share it. Let's just look at this, folks. He's going to share it. Let's see.
That's what it did.
It's probably some AI enhanced.
That's what it did with the picture.
See, that don't even look like me, though, at
I look
all.
like my great-grandfather. So.
It makes me look like... I don't know. Why are my eyes so squinted?
But yeah. So the one that I put out was definitely a step up from that.
Yes. Oh, wow.
And then I was, for this week, I've been working with Chad here.
Yeah, with Chad?
ChatGPT.
Oh, Chad. Oh, I thought you almost said you were working with Chad. Who's Chad? Chad. Okay. I didn't know to call him Chad. Excuse me, folks. I'll try to stay awake.
I've been playing with it all week, man. It's just...
You heard it here, folks. He's been playing with it all week. He hasn't stopped yet. Did your wife ever get back down, or is she still out there while you're playing with it all week?
She's very upset that I'm playing with it without her. Not really.
Anyway, can we start the show with our music here? These folks are still waiting for our jingle.
I don't know.
They hadn't even had their chance to dance yet.
I thought you had something very important to talk about, so you probably should go ahead.
No, just thank them for being here.
I don't have it queued up.
Oh, if you don't have it queued up, we'll just skip it for tonight, folks. We'll just skip it for this session. I do have my banner back. Look, folks, I promise you I'm still in the eBay room, but I have had to do some Zoom meetings for work this week, and they did not like us having background, so I had to get this relic back out and put it up, because they don't need to see all the purple drywall behind me, guys. Anyway, but I can't believe you didn't have our jingle queued up. You really were not prepared.
Then we just spent like 30 minutes trying to get your audio working. And then you got me all playlist. I got me all out of my whack, and then...
Folks, they have changed how this all works. I don't know if Descript is... They're changing things. We don't know if they've taken a giant leap forward or just changed things. I guess time will tell, and we'll see what happens. But we get what we pay for.
Exactly.
And I don't pay anything. I'm just a freeloader, folks.
Pocket change, where the stories are weird and the profits are strange. We win some, lose some, it's all fair play. Come ride a pocket change. Go ride a pocket change.
All right, there we go. There's the pocket change. You know what? You got 5 minutes of us just extending the podcast, right? So now you're going to see us even longer. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Ben's been playing with it all week.
All week. I did send you that one cool picture of you and me at an airplane fighting the Snoopy.
Yeah, in an old World War One fighter jet. That was not fighter jet. I guess fighter plane is the correct word. That was pretty cool. But anyway, so how has your week been? How's the week been? How has June been treating us right, fair? I mean, how's June? I have too.
Yesterday I had 4 sales. So that was cool. I was like, oh, here it goes. And then today I didn't sell jack. But I've sold maybe 12 things this week. I should probably take that back because this should be for the week before. See, we're recording late. So we're going to have a 2-day period between now and the next one. It's confusing.
Somebody had to go pick up their wife from the airport, messed everything up. That's okay. It's okay. We'd rather have the wife home. Rather have the wife home. But
it's been busy. And then I did that, I talked about on the last one, that I was doing auctions, right? So
how'd that do?
18 VHS tapes. And there's a bunch of them for sale for 18 horror VHS tapes around $50. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try an auction. And I put up for $19.95. And if I would have sold it for $20, I would have been all right with it. But I ended up selling it for $88.50 plus shipping.
$88.50 plus shipping. Now, was this an auction on eBay or was this on the auction site that you've been playing around here?
21 bids. I ended up with almost like 35 people watching it, and then likes, and it got viewed, I don't know, like 12,000 times. It's crazy. So
do we think auctions might be, because for a while their auctions were kind of down and buy it now was the thing. Do we think auctions are coming back up?
I knew this. I mean, it's because it's horror VHS, and there's a lot of people trying to build horror VHS for themselves, build their own collection. And there was some good stuff in there. It had Alien, Salem's Lot, The Exorcist, Blade, 2 Halloweens, Cocoon, Jaws, and then some really weird ones that were just random old oldies. And I think that's what sold it. It was the Amityville Horror 1 and 2. They seem to be the Creepers, which is 70s. That one I think is worth something. But honestly, I looked them all up individually, and it would have brought me. They probably would have sold for $5 a piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did a math thing, which I did. See, I'm not ready for this. Talks amongst yourselves.
Hey, teacher school, talk amongst yourselves. Well, I figure out my math.
Talk about. Hopefully that's it. No, that's something different. That's something we need to talk about. So we're going to open that up. So
I thought we were talking about auctions. I thought we were talking about how well we did this past week.
Yeah, we are. But this is something you really need to talk about. You got to talk to your congressman about it.
My congressman don't care about anything.
So here, let me share this screen. Yep.
Drum roll, folks.
All right.
Okay, you're gonna have to take your hat off. Your face is looking dark. Okay, what we got here? Okay, got some kind of math chart.
I don't want to get in trouble for something. Is that better? You see my face better?
Much better.
All right, so I just did this little breakdown. So if I would have sold them for $4.95 a piece, with media mail shipping, it would have been $5.21. You don't give a discount, and it costs you what you make, so you're not making any money on that. Your total would have been $10.16. Your selling fee would have been $1.27. I did a 6% promoted fee of 61 cents. Total selling cost is $7.99. And then you did that times 18. So then my profit would be $2.17. My profit, I would have totally made $39. If I would have sold all 18 of them individually, which would have probably taken 2.5 years. So, because I sold them for $85, and the shipping, which is off both the same, $101 was the total bill. Selling fees was $12, $6 promoted. Total cost was $34. And then I made $66.47.
Wow.
And if you look at the cost per unit, like these are $4.95, what this person actually paid was less than the $4.95, barely. But even though I got less per item, my profit per item was $3.69 versus $2. And
that goes back to what what's his name said a few weeks ago on our talk. You can still sell cheap items, folks. It's just got to be the way that it's put together. And if you notice here exactly what Ben's is showing, well, what he was showing.
Can you see this now?
I can't see it as good, but maybe our viewers can. Okay, yeah, boom, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we looking at here? What are we trying to figure out?
So
here?
I went through and said, hey, if you sell something for $4.95, your shipping's $6.25, and the label costs you $6. Shipping's the same on all these things. So if you sell it for $4.95 in the shipping, your total is $11.20. Your selling cost is $9.37. You actually make $1.83, which is 37%, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get that up to $25, you're actually making 64%. And that's with a 10% selling cost. So you see the big difference, just the amount of money from here to there. But if you decide you're going to pay 30% for three times your money. So if you buy it for $3.33, you sell it for $10. It goes way down all the way around. So I wouldn't do that. But this is the same thing at 10% selling. No, at 10% selling, because that's what I try to spend, 10 cents on the dollar, right? The math all works out. So at $30, the same shipping, and it's $10.98 for the shipping, which would have been a 2-pound package. And your label would cost you $7.50 on average. So you'd end up making, out for $30, you make 37%. 73%. But the thing I thought weird was, as you went up, $40, it gets worse. The percentage.
So are you saying that grouping smaller, cheaper items together really doesn't work?
It does work,
or are you
but
saying
at some point there's a diminishing return. So a $100 item, you make more money, right? But percentage-wise, it's like a percent less than... I guess it's not a percent less. Yeah, it's a percent less. So you make 72.15% versus at $40, you make 73.12%. I don't know if that means anything. I just mathematically, I'm not sure why it worked out that way. Should have consistently gone up. It didn't. But you can see the difference. If you're selling $30 items and you're paying 10% for the item, you're bringing home 73%. Say 72% on all those items versus you're only bringing at a $5 item, you're only bringing home a profit of 37%. So they're getting a lot more of the lion's share of it because of the labels versus the product. I think that's where it comes down to. So yes, I think the sweet spot is $25 to $50. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to, for every dollar you get, you're going to get twice as much of it to keep. You sell something for $4.95, you're putting $1.83 in your pocket. You sell something for $25, you're putting $16 in your pocket. That's almost 10 times as much money in your pocket for selling one item. So there definitely is a cost. There definitely is a sweet spot where it becomes much better to sell it higher dollar items.
Well, you said it's 20, 25 to 50?
25 to 50, you're putting 65 to 73% of the money, including the shipping and everything costs.
I wonder what it would be if you like the VHS tapes you had, or like a DVD. If you're 1 versus 5, because you gotta up in the weight there, so your shipping cost actually
Not really.
goes up.
So my 12-pound box. So the person won that auction, and they sent me a note like, "Hey, can you ship it media mail? It'll save me some money." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So it was a 12-pound box. If I would have shipped it to them, and they were like Wisconsin or something, they're pretty far away. A 12-pound box, UPS or USPS ground advantage was like $26. But media mail, it was $11.42. So with VHS tapes or books, you can send it media mail. It definitely is a lot cheaper for heavier weights than it's $5 for a pound, up to a pound. So if you have anything that's so it's definitely cheaper to do media mail. But I'm not going to say, I don't think you sell it. So with the VHS tapes, I don't think the weight. I think the weight would have cost if you're selling media mail to go from 2 pounds to 10 pounds. You're talking a difference of $5 and $12. So instead of it costing them $5 per tape, it's now costing them $2.20 per tape. So it's
$2 to $3. So that would work out. It works out in their favor.
Yeah, 18. Yeah, so they bought 18 tapes, and it was 12 pounds. So
now I'm wondering if that would hold true. Now you can't do media mail, but like with the sockets and stuff that I sell quite a few of, you sell some of.
Yeah, it does. Definitely, it's a lot cheaper to send more weight in a box per item than not. So, but the auction, that was cool.
But I'm just wondering. I'm wondering if you would make more if it runs that same. You make more money until it gets up to this point, and you start losing money. Because the whole thing is to maximize your profit, folks. There's no reason to do this to not make money. It's like a guy talked to him today. I was talking, going back and forth, and he said, you got to understand that every transaction, and this is something you folks need to understand, every transaction there's a winner and a loser. And I said, well, wait a minute. Now, I don't think that's true. Well, that's what I said. Well, you can have a win-win. I take $1 and I get something for my $1 that I really love. I'm happy. They're happy. It's a win-win. He said, I didn't say you both were happy. I just said there's a winner and a loser in every transaction. And I said, okay, you got to explain. Because I work in finances, so I was curious about this. And he said, okay. And you got to think about this. It applies perfectly for eBay. I know my eyes got real big, so I got excited. Works real big for eBay. Okay, so I don't care. This pen right here. So this pen, I buy it for 5 cents. You want this pen. I sell it to you for 50 cents. I've done what? What have I done? Exactly. I made 10 times my money, right? Like Ben's was talking about, he likes to buy stuff for 10 cents, sell it for $1. 10 cents on the dollar. So per dollar, 10 cents. Here's the thing, though. Is this really valued at 50 cents? If I bought it at 5, and if it cost me 5 to make it, and I sell it to you for 50, is it really worth 50 cents? And the actual answer is no, it's not. It's not actually worth it. It's worth 5 cents because it's actually only worth what it costs to make it. So I was the winner in that transaction. You were the loser because you exchanged more value. Even though you're happy with your purchase, you exchange more value for something than what it's actually worth. So I got what he was saying. Well, that's how we've got to start thinking about eBay as sellers, not as buyers, but as sellers. We've got to make sure that what we're getting, what we're putting out there for sale, is going to make somebody happy so that they're going to be willing to pay more than it's worth because there's our profit. So that's the whole idea. And it made me start rethinking a whole lot of things I'm doing, like even with eBay and that kind of thing. I've sold a couple things this week. It's really crazy and weird. I was listing really hard, and then I had to work a day that I did not get the list. I worked like a 14-hour day, and I was like, I'm so tired. What's funny is the next day when I was like, it'll relist itself. I'm tired. I'm not dealing with it today. I sold 2 items the next day. I was like, what crap is that? But I have been listing. I got back up to 232 items. So that was boom doing those listings and adding stuff to it. So doing my sell similar and bringing my stuff up. And still, I'm back down to 230. So I got to get listing again. But I did sell and I made some money. Now, not big dollars, not big profits. But I can't complain right now. Now, is it going to be the best June I've ever had? I don't think I'm on track for the best June I've ever had. I really don't. I think I've had some better Junes in the past, but we'll see. I do know that I'm getting yanked around right now. So, folks, I'm going to go ahead and warn you. The old scam is back. I want my money back. If the thing didn't work, I don't like it. It's not as described. Give me my money back. I want to return it. Okay, fine. Return it. I got no problem with that. And you get a message that says, when are you going to refund my money? When you return the item. And then you get the message that says, oh, I thought you would just refund it.
They were trying.
No. Well, it doesn't work. I have video evidence that I took of me packaging up and testing it before it left. But I'll be glad to refund your money as soon as it's shipped back to me. 2 days later, can you send me a label? No. You agreed when you did the transaction, buyer pays returns. That's my deal. Ben's has just gone to that. This is the reason why. And now I've not heard a word from them since then. Since I said, no, you got to pay for it return. I've not heard a word. But here's the problem. eBay's got me tied up for money. And this was one of those items that it was one of my pocket watches, and I went back and looked, and folks, this is what really gets my goat because it's just like what we were just going over. So it ended up, I had given them like a money off or whatever. They bought it, but between shipping and everything came out like $20, and I think I got $5 and something off of it after it's all said and done. But I'm on hold right now for $20 some. So the last 2 things I've sold, I've had to pay the shipping out of my personal accounts. They went into my checking account and got the shipping out. eBay did because it didn't equal over the $20.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So I've now paid it. So anything I sell from this time for the rest of the month until it clicks off or they return it. So the old scam's back. Be careful. People are just wanting their refund. I'm not doing that. Send it back. I'm sorry. I'm not falling for that scam. I fell for it one time. I never fallen for it again. I will not refund you your money until you return it, and I'm not paying for returns. You will pay to return it.
I don't do that anymore either.
Did you hear that, folks? He don't do it anymore either because he got scammed. You end up losing money, and you got what was that? That was the one from the comic book, wasn't it, or something a comic book?
And they wanted just give me my money, and that's fine.
Yeah, but then he returned it on you, and you ended up losing money.
Yeah. No, I'm having a problem with my chat.
Yeah, so be careful on that, folks. Now, I do want to address one other thing while we're talking about stuff like this. Vinted. It is eBay out of Europe, is what it is. And it's been around for quite a few years.
The problem is they don't like resellers on that.
And it is
so
they're trying to push that they do. And you're seeing a bunch of commercials, folks, right now. And I've gone and looked at them. I've done the research on them a little bit. I've not sold anything with them. I did sign up and I read a lot of their agreements. Here's what I'm going to tell you. My opinion, they are old eBay. In other words, there's no seller protections at all.
Well, there's no seller fees either.
There is, but there's not. So in other words, when you sell something, that's when you get charged.
No, Vinted is completely free. There is no fees.
Oh, that's right. But in the event, if you go read you go read their agreements and then go read the reviews, there's a lot of people who are like, I got scammed. Because a lot of sellers somebody will say, I want to return an item. And Vinted will just go get the money out of your account, just like eBay used to way back when. They'll just go grab the money out of your account and give it back to them, and you never see the item again in your life. So I'm not going to be doing Vinted for a long time. If you guys are trying Vinted, let us know, comments, whatever, go ahead. I'm willing to listen, but when I read that, and not just one, we're talking like hundreds of complaints from UK, because they've just come over to the US here recently. They've just started in the US really recently, trying to ramp up. But when I read that's the kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, so they are old eBay before eBay started saying, wait a minute, we've got to work this out between our buyers and our sellers. So eBay does a whole lot better job now than they did 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was an eBay seller then, but I sold car parts. I quit. I ran away because I was like, I'm done with this. I got scammed, and eBay was like, doesn't care. We don't care. So eBay has changed a whole lot since then. And they take, I'm not going to say they're perfect, because no system's perfect, but they do a whole lot better care of their sellers and their buyers than they used to. It used to be buyer's word was golden, customer's always right, customer can rip you off. But eBay doesn't do that now. But Vinted, I wanted to talk about that because you're starting to see a lot of it. And AI is saying Vinted has already hurt eBay in the US by about 23%, just according to Gemini. If you go to it's a possibility, especially what they're talking about is especially in the used clothing market, which there again. But here's the reason why. Vinted is spending a ton. Here's one thing. I looked at AI, I asked AI, I said, how much is Vinted spending? And this was like last week sometime, and their current ad spend in the U.S. for marketing was something over $2.5 million. And they've done that in the last 3 months. So $2.5 million just on ad spend. Now, okay, I get it. You're not buying Super Bowl commercials. But when you're talking about streaming ads, so in other words, going to Netflix and Hulu and all these and putting in ads on streaming networks, those are a lot cheaper than your regular CBS during the daytime soaps ads. So, in fact, those only run you about $100 a pop at most. And those are prime times. What are you shaking your head about?
ChatGPT, and I'm paying for it, but I did it on a computer that's at work, and I thought it was the account I was using here, and I've tried every account I have, and none of them are working. I was trying to get this picture where you're really thin to make you feel better about yourself.
He's been working hard on that, folks. He doesn't want me to have hurt feelings, and he's such a sweetie. Anyway. I'm not trying to rant and rave. I want to warn you guys, don't fall for the hype for Vinted that's out there right now. It's a lot of hype, a lot of ad spend. Go do your due diligence. If you've been using Vinted for a little while, let us know. But the reviews, and I get it, reviews can be skewed a lot. But what I don't want to see is that we're pushing, I never want for Ben's and I to push something on here that we don't agree with. And right now, I'm staying away from Vinted. I was like, I might go try that. Now I'm like, nope, I'm going to stay away from it for a little bit, at least until they figure out some of this stuff. I thought it might be better to sell some of my clothes on. And it does, they do say that it does, you gain about 12% more on Vinted than you do on eBay.
It's because the selling fee is 12.5%.
They're saying that it sells for 12%
I don't believe that because I know people that are talking about they are sourcing on Vinted like T-shirts and stuff for $3 and $5.
I don't know. They're saying that it may be just the fees, but what it was saying was that you can make more money, but the problem is if the buyer is always right, then the scam's going to run like crazy on them. So the same scam that they were trying to run on me is going to run like crazy on there. So I'm not putting any of my stuff on there. Anyway, that's enough about that. Favorite sale of the week? You got a favorite sale of the week?
Probably the VHS tapes for $88.50. I'll go with that.
I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah. I'd say that's pretty good.
My favorite sale of the week was my auction night that ended last night.
Yeah, you want to tell
Yeah,
us
so I
about
put
that?
100 lots up there. I was hoping to make $500. Thinking $5 a lot seems reasonable. Ended up making, I don't know, $581 or something like that. And then after their fees, which is 30%, I got $420. But so I was like, I don't know how good this is, but it's probably about less than a third of what I put in my car and sold for $900 at the flea market. So if you do that math, it's $1,200 instead of $900, and I don't have to leave the house. So maybe it's a good thing. I have another one running that'll finish up before the next podcast. No, they won't. It'll finish up before the podcast after next, because we should probably just skip. No, Sunday is fine. We can't do this on Friday nights every Friday night. That won't work.
No. No, we normally record, and you guys know we normally record on Sunday, but we couldn't do it this past week, so it took us all week now to get to record.
But this one will come out. This will come out
favorite
next
sell.
Thursday. So we could actually skip it.
My favorite sell was a red blouse.
Okay.
Not because I made the most money off of it, but because I'm always happy to get rid of ladies' clothes.
The crazy thing about that sale thing, some of the stuff that I put on there.
You talking about the auction?
I have these car covers for pickup trucks that are brand new, and I'm like, oh, this will bring. It brought $1. It didn't sell for anything. And then stuff like I have maybe 50 pounds of junk jewelry that I just in a big bag.
Yeah, maybe.
And I took and split it into 10 bags. And I got like $12 to $14 a bag. I'm like, man, I'll probably do that again. I think I bought that from Shop Goodwill many moons ago for $10. I took the sockets that put 20 sockets together. One of them brought $13, and then a lot of them brought $6 to $8, and then a few of them brought $1. I don't know why they didn't pick those up. But like tools did well. My wife had some clothes she was going to send to Goodwill. I went through it and made lots out of it. Again, like she had some really nice dresses and stuff. So I put 6 dresses together and 12 shirts together. And it just makes no sense that one of those lots brought $30 and another bought $1. So it's a crapshoot, right? Baseball cards did really well.
You've been better off selling it on
Baseball cards
eBay.
did really well. Comic books did well. Like my comic books that I bought for 7 cents a piece, I put 15 of them in a lot, and I got like $20 for it. So this next sale, I did a bunch of them. Maybe they'll make $1. I don't know. I don't know if it's consistent or not. My goal was to sell $500. I sold over $500, so I'm happy. But when I say, oh, you get that stuff out of the garage in no time. But in all honesty, I could do a sale every week for the next 2 years and still be worried about my storage unit, I think. That's how much stuff it is.
Yeah, but the thing is, you are moving some stuff. Now, the problem is anything that you're selling for $1, though, that's probably a loss. If you're selling a lot for $1, it's probably a loss. But
it's out of here. Those car covers, anybody's interested in buying pickup truck car covers, I can give you a good deal. $5 a piece. I probably have 20 cases, 3 in a case. Yeah, and they sell. I've sold them on eBay. I probably just need to list them there. They sell on eBay for $50, but I was selling mine for $30, and they were selling pretty good. The problem is with eBay is it's a big box, so the shipping's a little high. So I don't know. I probably should just list them and get on there. I was thinking, oh yeah, I can get rid of these, get $10 a piece for them, blow them out. No, they got $1. I don't know why.
Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. But let me ask you this: so to get rid of the stuff, like your death pile, let's call it if you were looking for somewhere to get rid of your death pile at,
you can get more. It's better than just donating it. I had 111 lots up, and I sold 97.83% of them. So there's 4 lots that didn't even get a bid.
Let me ask you this. Would it be better to do that or the flea market thing you were doing?
Depends on what you. In all actuality, I probably. So I'm going to take all those car covers to the flea market and set them out there for $5, and someone's going to scope them all up in one day instead of selling them for $1. Depends on what it is. I did get more money for the sockets there. I would have never gotten $22 or whatever for a 3-pound bag of jewelry. They would think I was crazy. They want to give me $1. But I think you can consistently do this once a week. And so now this one is, I'm doing more tools, comic books, and baseball cards. I have 97 lots because I ran out of time. And you have to post it so it's out there for 10 days. So I didn't want to miss it, and I didn't feel it was late. And I'm like, I'll just go with this. So we'll see how that one does. I haven't started the next one because I was waiting to see what this one ended at before I put a third one out there. But I'm definitely going to do more. I'm going to try one. I went in there and looked. It seems like a place to really sell collectibles and antiques, maybe. So I have a bunch of that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll try an auction of that, right?
Okay. What's your feedback looking like now? We hadn't talked about that. What's your feedback? Have you gotten any feedback, or are we just generating?
No, I got
automated numbers.
823, so I definitely jumped up. I have one actual feedback, which is great seller, would buy from again.
Perfect. That's better. I'm jumping up. I'm all the way up to 177 now. But I'm not getting anything but automated. That's literally what I'm getting is just automated after automated. That's all I'm getting, folks.
Yeah, 90% of what I'm getting is automated too. I got one actual one, so that's fine.
When do I get my next colored star? That's what I want.
Mine's lavender. I don't know. I'm at 800. I think the next one I get is at 1,000.
Mine's a little like green. I think
200 or 250 maybe.
Neon green. Anyway, it used to be a whole lot more important than it is now. It's not as important to me now as it was.
It's Friday night. That's why I'm drinking beer. This is my drink beer night. So, just in case anybody's wondering, he's having beer on the screen. I just decided I wanted beer.
Boy, folks, my camera.
I was going to say, it was like the Blair Witch, man. I mentioned beer and you went, holy crap. You're a Baptist, so.
Yeah, it's
liquor.
The camera is really it's giving me some trouble. We got to go ahead and do our pick or pass and hope for the best.
Right.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. I'm just messing with you. All right, you want me to go first?
Sure.
It's a power coil thread replacement kit. So it's got like drill bit and then like thread things you can rethread with. Would you pick that up?
I probably would. I sell quite a few tools, but I'm thinking I wouldn't pick it up for more than a couple dollars, $1 to $2 on it. That's all I'm going to do. One, it's open.
Well, it's not actually. It's open because I opened it, but it still has all the parts.
Did you count them and verify that it still has all the parts? Okay.
Everything's there.
But yeah, I would pick it up. Probably, I think it's probably a $10 to $20 item, so I would go $1 to maybe $2.
I would pick it up because I own it, right? So that's
yeah, you definitely would. Why wouldn't you pick it up? You already have.
My mouse is acting weird.
My computer's acting weird, and his mouse is acting weird. There it is. Oh wow, I was way off. That is a $60 item. Looks like.
That's what it's listed for.
At least that's what they're wanting.
I bought this mouse, which is you can just charge it. It doesn't take a battery, which seemed like a good idea at the time. But look at that. Fixed it. Boo! 63, 56, 64.
Yeah.
All right. 129 listed.
Okay. 129 listed.
Let's see if
Okay.
any have sold. 15.
Yeah, 15.
But for $19, $18.99.
Yeah, see, and there's one for
And there's
40.
one for 68.
There's one sold for 61.85.
I got more of the screw things in mine than they do. Oh, because these ones probably...
They're different sizes.
Yeah. And they...
That's an M10 by
And it's missing
125.
something. All right. There you go. It's probably it's
So,
probably 20
yeah.
bucks. I think I paid $2 for it.
It's probably a 20
I
to
probably
$25 item. I'll
Yeah,
give it. I'll give it.
$25. We don't know how fast it'll sell. That's the thing.
If you list it for $19.95, it'll probably
Yeah,
sell pretty
probably.
quick.
And then, you know,
It's got a 12% sell through.
so people are looking for it, so it's definitely
So
gonna sell.
that's
So
right. So it's definitely going to sell. Just how quick, and it's going to depend on pricing,
yeah.
rating, shipping costs, that kind of thing. Because that's another thing I noticed. I had an item just a little while back. I went to sell similar. It's actually this past week I was relisting sell similar, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm way low on this item here. Way low on this item. I wonder if there's been any solds on this. So I'm looking at it. Yeah, sure enough, I pulled up his exact item. I actually do the advanced cop again just to see, and I'm like, why is mine not selling? And I looked, and I was like, there's no way it weighs that. But I remember that item was one where I'd done a sell one like, and I didn't adjust the weight on it. And so the shipping was, I went and reweighed, and so instead of, they had a pound on it, and it was like a 6-ounce item. I was like, yeah, that's why it's not selling. I'm the cheapest, but with my shipping, I'm not cheapest, you folks. All right, so I'm reached back in my books again. So this was a 7-cent book here. This is called the Jesus Code. Are you looking it up, or I already got it looked up? You want me
Yeah,
to?
go ahead. See, the last time you shared is when it went.
Okay, so I'll let you look it up. So you want the ISBN on the back? Would that help you look it up a whole lot easier?
Yeah, what's the ISBN?
978 7180 98384. And it's in pretty good shape. It's got a few little things right here around on the
Didn't come up.
paperback, but it's really
What was it? Let me see the picture again.
okay.
Okay.
Would you pick it?
For 7 cents.
For 7 cents, you would definitely pick it?
Definitely pick it. Yeah, I pick anything for 7 cents. We've had that conversation.
I'll pick anything for 7 cents.
Okay. Share. Jesus Code book.
There's a bunch of them listed. I can tell you that right
579
now.
listed.
Yeah. Now, they're not all the same. Same
This
style.
one's
This
yours.
one here is the
Yeah.
Billy Graham. Yeah, mine's the Billy Graham library selection one. But still, I don't think it's a $12 book. I think it's more
Yeah, it's
probably $4 or $5.
$4.12 free shipping.
All right. Yeah. I don't think anybody, that $4.12 one is a standard one. There's 601. I don't think anybody's going to pay though more than $4.12 just because this one has the Billy Graham
Look at this one
library
here. It's
thing.
leather hardback for $4.50. That's crazy.
Yep. For $4.50. Yeah. I mean,
It's a $5 book plus $5 free shipping.
it's a $5 book. $5
So
free.
you can't even
shipping.
ship it medium. How do these people make any money?
I don't know, but they're killing me here. But let's see how many are sold. See if it's got a decent sales rate. They're killing me. Because by the time now, what is that? That's not even the same thing. There we go. All right, we'll count it. Scroll back up.
We'll go with that.
$4.40. 37.
I'm not even going to make you take up.
It ain't gonna be that good anyway. 37 divided by 579. It's like a 6% sell through for $4 free shipping.
Nobody wants to pay for the Jesus books.
I tell you what, folks. I tell you what, folks. You just send us a message, comment down below. Be the first one to comment, and I might as well just give it. Because by the time, see, that's the problem with these types of items. By the time, if this sells by itself, by the time it sells by itself with free shipping, I might as well put it in the stove and use it to light the fire to heat my house. It's ridiculous. But it is what it is, folks. 7 cents. I'm probably going to lot it up with some others. But I've been doing pretty good on the hymn books.
Yeah, you have that one.
Hadn't had anybody buy one yet.
You listed? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're listed. Hymn books are listed.
All right.
Hymn books are listed.
Yeah, you ready for the weird ass commercials?
Sure. Let's go for the... Oh, I don't know. I saw the clip of the one you showed a couple weeks ago where that guy was eating himself.
I thought that short.
Yeah, you did.
It was
you
so
made
good.
that.
This short's gonna go. It has 42 hits. Really?
Because it's weird. It's not too weird. YouTube don't even know what to do with that. YouTube's this is weird for even us. Okay. YouTube shows some weird stuff. What you got? I'm scared to death. So I'm really confused. Were their noses connected? I never saw an end of one.
There was no end of the nose. And then it was like, the alarm went off. It was a nightmare. Right?
I didn't totally did not get that.
It was a McDonald's commercial. Wake up, have your coffee. Yeah. That was the McDonald's commercial.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely need to wake up and have something. All right, folks. Don't know. He may have another one. Of course you do. Oh. This ain't weird. This is cruel.
I think I lost the audio for some reason, but yeah. I guess when they put him in the
bad kills, breath kills.
Mouthwash. That was their gas chamber. It was really wild. Yeah.
I was like, this is cruel. What are we watching here?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, okay, folks, we might have to cut this segment of the whole show. This weird criminal stuff. I'm not sure this
reselling podcast. Don't steal that one. That's ours.
Hey. You're the reselling podcast. Don't steal this weird crap. Okay. Oh, Lord. You know what, guys? I don't think you're going to want it.
Yeah, that MaxSold, if you are looking to get rid of stuff and you have a death pile, It's surprising what sold for what. Some stuff went way higher than I expected. Some stuff went way lower.
Now, quick question on that, and folks, we're winding down, but I have a question on a MaxSold. So now that MaxSold, you're not dropping that off at a warehouse. You're keeping that at your house, and then when it sells, you have to ship it.
Tomorrow morning between 10 a.m. and 11:30, 14 people will show up at my house, and I'll hand it to them out the door.
Okay, I'm not doing that because I don't. No offense, but I don't like people I don't know just showing up at my door.
I do it all the time.
No, I don't like people I don't know just showing up at my door.
Part of the reason I'm doing it too is I'm thinking I'm going to see resellers, and then maybe I can make a deal.
Apparently, we resellers are weird as we can be because look at the commercials. You got a guy eating
but you know what, though?
A guy getting off by bad breath.
That has nothing to do with reselling. That's just me. So, yeah, it's fine. Come to my house. Mess with me. We'll see what happens. It won't be good.
Mike, come get your boy.
The point is,
come get your
I'm hoping
Mike.
that I will meet a few resellers. I'm sure there's like a guy who bought a bunch of. There's 3 people that bought a bunch of it. The rest of the people bought 1 or 2 things, right? So I'm assuming, like myself, they're resellers. They're on there. So the one guy who bought a bunch of stuff for $1, I think that guy's just buying anything for $1. So maybe he would be interested in buying lots of stuff without having to pay 30% to them. And I'm trying to offload 2 storage units, right? So I figure it's a way I could probably meet people who are trying to do what I'm doing and get rid of some inventory to them on the backside. Or if I can make $400 a week doing it, I'll just keep doing it, right? That's a part-time job.
Yeah.
It didn't take that long to put the stuff together. And now that I know how to use the app,
not bad
I can
at
do
all.
it much quicker now. So they just added an AI to it. You take the pictures ahead of time, then you can suck them in. So the problem with that is, I was doing every lot, and then I would take and put it in a poly bag or a white poly mailer, wrap it up, and write the number on it, so that way I have all my lots. I'd be worried about just taking a bunch of photos and then getting confused and giving away the wrong item.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have some way of organizing it, just like everything else we've done. It is what it is. You got to have a way of keeping up with it. You don't want to ship the wrong item on eBay either.
So everything is very organized, and it didn't take up much space, which means I didn't put enough out there. So I think the next one, and I got this one coming up that ends next Thursday. Also, the other thing is next Thursday there's 6 sales ending. So I'm like, how is that going to affect me if there's so many people selling stuff? So we'll see how that works out. I'm learning as I go. But I can put as many lots as I want. So I'm thinking about just making 300 lots in one. But then you also have to think that's more people coming to your house at one time, right? So.
Yeah, and you live in an HOA.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I'm
be
thinking
careful about that.
114 people. I might even get in trouble for this. I don't know. So.
Neighbor Karen will be knocking down your door going, that is an HOA violation. You know what to do with Karen, right? You know how I learned how you get rid of Karens, folks. I was watching a YouTube short. You spray them like a cat. You know, water bottle.
You know how the guy ran across the street and was telling me, "Hey man, watch they're leaking." I know it's because the Karen over here turned me in. Now it's so hot and we've been on water restrictions because it's whatever. We're in a drought in Florida, which it rains every day, so I'm not exactly sure how that works, but. The only person whose lawn looks good is hers. Because she's overwatering because she's not calling. No one's calling on her. Like all her flowers are perfect. Everybody else's are burnt up. Because we're down to 1 day a week.
I'd call her in.
Yeah.
I'd call her in.
I have to watch and figure out when she's watering. It just seems like way too much work.
I'd just call. I wouldn't watch. I'd just call. I'd be like, her flowers are not burnt up.
Yeah,
it's obvious she's watering.
Else.
But anyway, folks, we're glad that you joined us with us for another exciting opportunity to listen to Ben's, especially him talk about how he has
Yes,
played with it all week.
and I made $485 for my playing with it.
You did not make that for the thumbnail.
No,
Playing with
no, I meant play with my selling stuff. Right? I'm not done.
Anyway, but we are glad you have spent this time with us. We hope you have learned something. We hope you have enjoyed it as well, and we will see you again next time.
Have a good one. Stay out of trouble. Don't take any wooden nickels.